Good morning. We're back again, Market Mates, live with you guys every single day, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. As always, nothing on this show is financial advice, guys. Please always do your own research. Craig and I have positions in some of the tokens and stuff that we talk about, just to disclose that as well. Craig, mate, how you doing on this fine Thursday morning? Weather's really nice at the moment in the southern east corner of Queensland, Australia. I feel like it's a really nice time of year around this autumn period.
Yeah, dude, Jim, Greeny, Jim, everyone. Yeah, man, it's nice at the moment. It's getting more to that, like, almost like, I guess for other places it would be like springtime because we're so hot here. So it cools down, the humidity goes down. I'm looking out there, my grass looks impeccable, dude. Mowed it yesterday, it's like a bowling green, man. I'm so proud. This is old man stuff. On a side note, I went to the gym yesterday, first time this year, and man, I'm so sore, dude.
That's good, dude. I mean, I skipped the gym this week because I'm playing golf tomorrow, 18 holes tomorrow. So I'm like, well, I can't be sore for golf. I need to be ready to swing. So
no, you need to own your mates. You got to remind them who the top dog is. Yeah, so I'm dying, bro. My triceps and chest is killing, but it was nice to get back to the gym. I didn't want to go, but I got in the car, blasted the music, and told myself, you have to do it.
It's the mental side, mate. It's the mental side.
And by the time I got there and had the music cranking, some hard house and some Ziz soundtracks from back in the day for people that remember.
Geez, holy.
Yeah, dude. So someone wants to know your handicap, Greeny.
It's only like 20 or something. Yeah, it's not very good. I don't play frequently enough to tap in. Like I go months without playing, so.
Yeah, it's so golf's you got to play all the time, right?
So expensive too. It's like $50 a session. It's like, whew.
Yeah, to get good costs a lot of money, but bloody sore, dude, which feels good. But just good mentally, man. I think like clears the cobwebs out. Yeah. I think it also makes you think a bit more optimistically about things. Problems seem a bit less severe when you train. I don't know why that is the case, but for me it is. Gets rid of anxiety too.
Yeah, it's hormones, right? It's just your body. Like your body reacts to what's happening in all the hormones and everything. So it makes sense.
Yeah, so now feeling sore but feeling good. So yeah, I'm on that sort of health kick now. I figure, well, bear market, man, it's quiet. So I've got no excuse not to get myself in shape mentally and physically because through the whole, not the whole bull market, but for large periods of the bull market, I sort of ignored my health. I'm sure a lot of people listening right now can relate to that. Late nights, not enough sleep, locking in too much, and taking on way too much probably stress from watching the charts. So
and sitting in your chair all day as well.
Yeah, dude, and sitting in my chair, just getting into stretching now, which I haven't ever really got into, but I'm into it now because I have to because I'm sore.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm into everything. So yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's a New Year's resolution. It's just a recalibration, but hopefully it should help the trading. But happy to be here. I hope everyone's feeling good. Markets look okay. They steady as we go. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. AI is obviously taking that's the main thing everyone's talking about at the moment. So we'll continue to talk about that. But how are you feeling, dude? Are you feeling good today?
Yeah, not too bad. I was slowly getting back into a sleep routine, which is good. I'm about to wreck myself, as I said yesterday. I'm going to one of my best mates' Bucks party for the next 3 days. So it's going to be an absolute session, and it's like 4 hours away from where I live. So I got to drive 4 hours on the way back on Sunday. So that's going to be amazing. But I'm good. I'm good. It's a great time to, build your knowledge, build your skills, work on your body, work on yourself, work on your businesses. Keep exploring AI. There's plenty of things I'm doing I got rate limited on Claude, which we'll talk about today on the show as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it seems to be a common issue. I think it might be a whole Claude issue. I don't know if they're just sweeping this under the rug or what's going to happen. We'll comment on that later. But yeah, heaps of news. We've got a hype whale selling. Oil starts to drop again, guys. We've got AI. We've got robotics. We've got Iran wanting China to and gold to become the global currencies. We've got insider trading conversations yet again around prediction markets. We've got Melania Trump walking out with a humanoid AI robot. What is happening? We're absolutely losing it. And the CFTC chair, Mike Seelig, says crypto clarity is coming very soon. So we've got a lot to talk about today. TAO and AI is probably going to be the main conversation. Bittensor. Someone just asked if there's any discounts to the group. Yeah, if you go to gtg.education right now, I can't see your name, but is it Faradin? I think it says. I don't want to butcher it, but Faradin, J Faradin. Head to gtg.education. You get a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial to the community and jump in there. So both Sexy and I are running more live streams now. It's a bear market, preparing ourselves for what lies ahead. And as we regurgitate that on the show every single day, Craig, what we love about the bear market is it's opportunity. And my favorite time, and I will continue to say this, my favorite time in crypto is that reaccumulation period and then that transition period to the start of a bull run, when no one thinks that it's a bull run and everybody is left behind because they're buying higher when we've been positioning ourselves for many months. So I'm very excited for the months ahead, because we do start to see some opportunities across the board. I mean, like, there's already opportunities now. I'm up like 10% on TAO. I'm up. Well, I mean, I actually sold that this morning. I was like, you know what? I'll take a profit here. Yeah, I took a little bit of profit on the position.
Should have almost bought, man. Imagine if I came on stream and go, I just entered Greeny based on your call. And then you're like, I sold. I'll be like, fuck. No, well, I'm waiting for an entry. Yeah. I like it. I think it's a great call. I see Thread guys been talking a lot about it.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are starting to talk about this. So I'm actually waiting for a bit of an entry. So you exited with about 10%, did you?
Yeah, so I just made a quick 10% up. My thoughts are, I'm stepping away this weekend, so I'll be 3 days away. If the market does reject from Bitcoin's key level, then I'm going to be bag holding this position. Not that I don't unlike that, because I'm happy to hold this, I think, into the bull market. I think it makes a lot of sense at this stage. But if we have a look at the TAO chart, it's obviously very clearly above its mid-range here. So I want to see confirmation that it wants to hold the mid-range and then push back towards this sort of FVG higher between sort of $399 and $486. But we might not get that. It might reject from this resistance level that's been kind of rejecting for on a high time frame since all the way back in 2024. And I think still value area is back below 300. If we see it back below 300, I think you got to remember, and I mean, shout out to Clemente. He's been actually doing some good content again. I haven't seen him on the timeline for a while. And I mean, we can speak about the timeline, but it's not really relevant to anybody else. But Clemente came out, and I want to this is so important. And it's something that we've spoken about previously as well, Craig, is people people get a number in their mind. Okay. So for example, Clemente's like, well, I got into this token at say $300 and I want to sell it no matter what at $400. Well, my brother, what happens if it gets to $395 and you don't get to sell it and it round trips all the way back to $100? Okay. What went wrong? What went wrong is your psychology. And that's why I built literally this GTG framework. Okay. It's called the Smart Chart Framework. And I've dropped it in the community. You can get it literally for free by joining us right now. But it's just it's a decision-making process, Craig, that a lot of people get wrong when they're looking to trade, because they isolate it. They isolate a target in mind and they either round trip, or it gets to that target, then they start getting greedy again and they start going, well, hold on, TAO's at 400. What if it goes to 500? I got to hold this. And then they keep doing that and doing that and doing that because they don't have a process. They don't have a decision-making process. And what that means is that they continue to hold bad positions and they continue to round trip. They don't take profit. They don't scale out of position. They don't have invalidation. I mean, Eli's a great example of that with the abstract meme coins. They're all holding on gut or feeling. And it's this simple framework I've designed just helps you stay accountable with a very simple checklist that you can use for any trade in any time frame in any market conditions, whether it's a bull, a bear, or a market, or whatever the conditions are. So it's very interesting, Craig, because I think a lot of people get that wrong. And I just really want to make that so super clear. Don't be so stagnant with profit targets with invalidation. Like, you need to be adaptable. You need to be flexible, and you need to react to what's happening in real time. Like say like TAO gets to $380, right? Which isn't far away from where price is now. Bitcoin hits 72K and rejects immediately from there. There's a big black swan event. You're left back holding because you had your profit target up here instead of moving a stop loss to break even, or potentially setting an alert up that will sell if something happens, right? Like, it's just about protecting your positions in a market that is very much range bound and is very much going to be range bound for a very long time, in my opinion. I'm talking 6 months plus. We're going to be in a lot of range bound scenarios. Now, don't get me wrong. I think tokens like TAO, tokens like we've seen Hyperliquid, which is still above $40, they're going to outperform in a bear market, in a bull market, in any market condition. The issue here is that you need very active in your approach. Otherwise, you're going to be left holding things like AVAX, which is down at all-time lows nearly. Things like Link, which is all down. So it's just a lesson that I'm trying to continue to educate within the GTG community more exclusively with people day to day, and obviously on the show with you as well, and market mates in our community who watch us across the world.
Tell me about Clemente. I saw him put up a post yesterday basically saying the X algorithm shite for videos, and he's been getting much more success.
Yes.
What, TikTok or something like that, is he?
Yes. Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. Instagram as well. But yeah.
Is that what you're referring to Clemente?
Yeah.
What was
So
you
that
saying?
the algo, yeah, because I don't see him on the algo anymore.
No,
But no,
neither.
the
It's vanished for me.
so the point being is he has a video that's done 123,000 views overnight, but that's because, well, in the past 6 hours, that's because it's on a trending topic of TAO, right? Bittensor. It's this token we're talking about.
Yeah.
But his other trader perspective videos, which are more relatable from a doom scroll perspective on TikTok or relatable on Instagram, they get millions of views. But when he puts them on X, they don't get anywhere near as much promotion, impressions, and engagement, right? So it's very interesting take. No, but he posted a couple of good takes. I agree with. First one was, well, he's in that TAO position. And it was the price target. He was like, no matter what, I'm selling at $400, and that was the first lesson I spoke about. The second one was that the Ethos founder came out, as Craig and I were talking about before the show, and he says X allowing people to get paid as a content creator is the source of all problems it has today. I couldn't disagree more with that comment, to be honest. I mean, I'll pull it up on stream. If we have a look here, Clemente, and I agree with Clemente's sake, the biggest mistake X has made was taking away the value of followers. And this is the point I want to talk about. Like, when you're posting across social media, like every social media, and X used to do this, but now X doesn't do this. You post to your followers, but then it pushes it elsewhere. So if you look at, like, for example, my Instagram, if I post a story or a video on my Instagram, it'll push it to my followers, but then it'll also push it elsewhere.
Yeah.
X no longer really pushes content to your followers. And if I click follow on someone like Clemente, I'm not even seeing him on my timeline unless it goes giga viral, or unless someone else who's maybe on the topic that I've been talking about or looking at or liking quote tweets him or something like that, right? And so I think that the point is not creators, it's not the monetization, it's actually the actual algo that X uses to push content has significantly changed over the past few years. And he continues to go on. Your content needs to be distributed to your followers regardless of the quality, and that's the point I'm making. Now it gets graded on time spent, engagement, etc. And if it doesn't perform well within your first batch of people, the post will get nuked even if you have hundreds of thousands of followers. I can't tell you how many people I used to see on my timeline that I don't see anymore, and that's because the algorithm didn't view their content as optimized enough to surface it to more people. But I never followed the person because their content was optimized. I followed it because I liked what the person had to say. Couldn't agree, like that. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Same here, dude. He's actually worded that quite well, because that's all my feelings in one paragraph or a couple of paragraphs. But I agree, and I wondered why. You've got a decent amount of followers. I've got a decent amount of followers, and sometimes back in the day, I'd put up a post, maybe an educational post about Bitcoin or the levels I'm looking at. And I normally had enough followers that I'd get a certain amount of engagement, regardless of how shite the post was, really. And if it was a decent post, it did quite well based on my 25,000 followers. Now, at the moment, if I put up what I consider a fairly useful educational post, like what you're saying, if my followers aren't seeing it and it's not topical, it just doesn't reach any audience. And it's it's kind of a bummer, because you've kind of built up over time or curated an audience by putting out what I thought was decent content, because that's how you kind of got to, you've got 45,000, give or take. I got 25,000, give or take. You built that amount of followers based upon their value of your takes, I think. That's probably why people follow you, right? Mostly. So it's a bit of a bummer. It's gone away from that, because exactly, I forget you kind of forget who you don't see. And now that you've mentioned Clemente, I'm like, man, I haven't seen that dude in like a month on my timeline.
Exactly.
And I like his stuff. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Because I like his videos, even the silly ones, man, when he's raging about, oh, did you buy this? It's funny, man. It's good banter. So the fact I'm not seeing it kind of sucks, to be honest. And I'm just seeing
100%.
basically thirst trap girls, and I don't even know why I'm getting this stuff.
That's okay. Oh, Craig, you just revealed a bad thing. You naughty boy. No, basically, so just to reiterate, the X algo pushes what you have engaged with, what you've read, what you've liked, what you've commented on, or what you have spent. It's screen time, right? It's correct. I mean, I've studied the shit out of this, right? That's why I've got 43,000 followers on Twitter, right? So for me right now, if I go to my homepage and have a scroll, and it's the same across any platform. Okay. So if you look into Instagram as well, Instagram and TikTok are already algorithmically and using AI as well. They are already trying to position what is Greeny what is going to keep him on this app once he clicks off this reel, once I scroll down from this reel, what is the next one that's going to keep it on this app? Is it a golf video? Is it Hormozy talking to me about how to be a better businessman and entrepreneur? Is it someone telling me how to build a trading community? Is it some cricket thing that I enjoy? Like they're purposely, think of it like there's you in a physical form, and then there's you on the internet that is like a mold of who you are, what you like, and what to keep you on the platform. The goal is retention. The goal is retention on these platforms. That's what pays their bills. That's what pays their advertising, their marketing, all of this sort of stuff, right? So it's the same on X. If I scroll to the front page, it's going to be topical conversation. So right now, so it's TAO, okay? AI Claude is here. Impressions. Yeah, Professor Severus Snape. I engaged with a few Harry Potter things this morning after the trailer was engaged, so that's out as well. I'm having a look as well. I mean, Craig, you're on there. Again, this one's talking about Australian money supply. More recently, I've been looking into Australian politics, and sorry, not politics, Australian housing markets. So I've actually been I've seen that come across my timeline. So it's more about engaging with what you have been engaging with, Craig, which shows me that you love seeing a few ladies on your timeline there.
What's interesting, the interesting thing is I don't enjoy it, and I actually click not interested on all of it when I see it. So I'm trying to not see it. I actually don't look at that at all. I find that I've got to the point now where it's too distracting, and I block all that shit because I want to focus on money. So I'm like, why am I getting served this shit? Admittedly, that's 5% of my staff. Most of it is AI at the moment, and housing that's most of my stuff. But I still get these stupid posts, and I'm like, man, like I won't go into it because some of the ladies in the room may not like the way I talk about it, but I kind of think to myself, I'm on X to get value from people, not to get like an elevator selfie with their boobs looking massive. I'm like, I can go to Surfers Paradise, man, if I want to see that.
Yeah, so I mean, the Gold Coast is the hotspot in Australia for all that. So yeah,
I live in the Miami or the Florida of the world, like similar to the US. You can see that fake boobs everywhere, right? So
yeah. But you're right.
I've had enough of boobs, Greenie. I want to see green candles, man.
No, but exactly, Craig. We have spent time building and curating our timeline, and it's the same. And the followers that you click follow on, and the goal is education, information, right? And you're not getting that at this stage, right? And so the algo is really interesting. But anyways, back to some of the news articles. I mean, we'll be talking about all of this because it applies. It's the same strategy on YouTube. It's the same strategy on Instagram. It's the same on TikTok. It's the same on X. So it all applies to everyone. And I mean, I think it's just more about creating awareness that you really need to think about. If you're a chronic scroller, that's a really bad sign. And it's because the algos know how to get you. And if you can't, I already, for example, I'll sit down, I'll watch one video on YouTube for lunch, and then one will pop up and go, it'll be like something. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, okay, you've got me. I'm like, okay, and I have to really go, no, Greenie, you need to go back and work. I know you want to watch that video, but you don't need to watch that video. And even if I watch it on 1.5x speed, Craig, it still takes me 20 minutes to watch a video sometimes, So anyways, TAO is correcting a little bit, but we have seen a massive pump in it over the past sort of week or two. It's up. What is this candle? Let's measure this. It's up 33% this week after a huge 55% candle only 2 weeks ago as well, which basically means that overall it is up 94% in just the past 3 weeks, Craig. Very bullish. It's outperforming BTC. If we pull up the BTC versus TAO chart, it's always, I spelled that wrong. USDT. There we go. If we pull up the USDT, dude, come on. Hold on. My apologies. I mistyped it. Okay, BTC, USDT. Why can't I type? All right, there we go. So it is currently outperforming Bitcoin, which, I mean, I expected this to happen, but not quite yet. So I'm very curious to see what happens here in the coming sort of weeks, because is this just going to be another distribution? Okay, like we've seen back here in May 25, October 25. Is this another distribution over the next sort of couple of weeks, maybe month or two? Or is this showing us, okay, this is one of the top altcoins that it's just got so much attention, so much love. It relates so much to where NVIDIA is placing themselves, to where Claude and Code and AI and everything, right, is moving forward. So is this realistically the best opportunity in crypto right now and heading into 2027? it's kind of flipped the narrative on Hyperliquid, even though Hyperliquid's back showing strength above $40 as well, Craig. I don't know. What are your thoughts from a outside perspective?
I want to know why TAO's pumping. What's the narrative? I don't understand that yet. I mean, I know you've explained it's an AI play. We've got 3 guys talking about it. We've got you talking about it. So that's some, semi-decent names.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it about TAO? Why TAO versus some of the other AI coins? What is it about this that people are loving right now? What's your take on that?
Yeah, well, I'll talk a little bit about what it is. Let me just pull up Coin Market Cap so I can talk about that. I mean, I'll read a quote here by Andy. It's a really good take. These TAO balls are absolutely coming out of the woodwork and really putting a narrative clinic. That's one worry. Is it just a big marketing game? That's the first question. But it's tough to get exposed to AI upside right now without a crazy connection, capital scale, or a lucky opportunity. That's a big reason. Yep. All major company valuations have ballooned into the $10 to $100 billion range. There's no decentralized AI bet right now. The idea behind decentralized AI is meaningful and impactful. We don't want the world's intelligence in the hands of OpenAI, Anthropic, Elon, and a few others. Ooh. It must be more distributed, right? So basically, TAO becomes that connection that we've been talking about on this show for multiple months. For everyone that's been tuning in, that connection between AI and blockchain, AI and decentralized nation, AI, it's essentially what Bitcoin, like why people thrive to the thought of owning Bitcoin is because of that decentralized nature. It's not controlled, it's not centralized, it's accessible worldwide. Obviously, as it matures, like we've seen more recently, it's very much becoming institutional based and supplies being built up by huge institutions like MicroStrategy and Tom Lee with Ethereum and all of that sort of stuff. But that's a big reason for it. So if we just briefly touch on what Bittensor/TAO the token is, it's an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network, okay? Machine learning modules train collaboratively and are rewarded in TAO according to the informational value that they offer. TAO also has a similar process to Bitcoin. It has 21 million supply, and it has halving periods as well.
Right.
I don't know if it talks about that here, but TAO also grants external access, allowing users to extract information from the network while tuning its activities to its needs. Ultimately, our vision is to create a pure market for artificial intelligence and incentivize arena in which consumers and producers of this valuable commodity can interact in a trustless, open, and transparent context. So, I mean, you can read it a little bit more if it's on the screen. Distribution of rewards and network ownership to users in direct proportion to the value that they have. I mean, it goes into so much detail here. I mean, I'll chuck it. I mean, just go to CoinMarketCap, guys. Type in CoinMarketCap. And yeah, the subnet, and Brad talks about it as well. Like the subnets is a big, like a lot of them are pumping at the moment because obviously TAO's in the news. They're really low cap sort of altcoin plays within the ecosystem of Bittensor as well. But subnet tech is pretty cool. Just set a buy order to sub 200. I agree. I mean, I don't know if it goes to sub 200 though, Brad. It's pretty like when something captures a narrative, it's hard to see it correct, right? But we are in a bear market, so I do agree that we might potentially see it though. So a few things to note, there's only 51% of the supply in circulation. I'm not 100% sure on the timing of the next halvings. Does it tell me here? No, I might have to do a little bit deeper research into the timing of it, but that's essentially it. It's a decentralized bridge between AI, okay, and crypto. I mean, and blockchain technology. I mean, that's hard to argue against. Now, we could be being sold this super big narrative, but the NVIDIA, what's his name? I think it's Jeff from memory. The NVIDIA CEO is talking about it. He understands the tech and how it can work. So this is bigger than just crypto and bigger than CT. And I think that's why it's really catching a bit at this point of time.
Is this seems similar to the privacy coin meta?
Well, yes, except we all know that the privacy coin meta very much is a pump and dump scheme. Strategic. I've actually read, funny you bring that up. I read a tweet this morning about that and how it was orchestrated. So basically like OKX and Binance and everything initially had it listed, like had Zcash listed, and then it dumped to like $20. And then it was really hard to get your hands on. And then all of a sudden, whether it was insider trading or marketing scheme, I'm not sure. But there was this narrative from people like Mert and many people on the timeline to shield Zcash, and they shielded all the way up to like $1,000, wherever it got to, $700, $800. And meanwhile, while they're still positively shilling it, they're selling on the side OKX and whatnot, then add it back to their platform when it's near the top, and now it's dumped already back to $200 or $300.
Yeah, it's 230 now, down from
It's
750.
manipulation, man. So like the privacy, it's similar. Yeah, it maybe is a trend, it's a narrative, and that's what crypto is. You want to try and capture these trends and narratives. You want to be early to these trends and narratives. That's how you make money.
Yeah.
But is the narrative of this bigger because of where the world is heading? The decentralized nature of AI and blockchain is exactly what we've been talking about, Craig, for a long time now on this channel and on the show.
Yeah, no, I agree. And even if it is like the privacy coin narrative meta, it's still pumped 3-4x. So, regardless of if this is a pump and dump, it almost, I mean, everything is to a certain degree, isn't it? I mean, you could call Bitcoin from its all-time high a pump and dump to a certain degree. Obviously, I don't think you can because of what it stands for and things like that. But seems like a good bet, man. That was a good write-up, and a good write-up by that tweet you pulled up before.
Yeah, Andy. Yeah.
That's a banger post. That explains it super nicely.
Another great follow, very educational. OX Sammy on Twitter, 89,000 followers. He's been big in the AI world for a very long time. I followed him for a long time. He's very good, and he put a post up with his company that he owns, Color Research. We have a tool coming soon. Basically, yeah, this is this is the whole TAO ecosystem on a map. I pulled up on stream. So again, you can go to that tweet. I can drop that in the comments as well, so that people can go and have a look at this as well. So yeah, there's lots happening, and I think this is definitely a narrative that's probably not going to go away. And it's just, I agree. Like, I mean, it's outperforming Bitcoin now. I'm watching it compared to Bitcoin. Does it, like, is this just distribution above the range and we trade back towards the mid range of this level? Or is this a sustained breakout like we've seen Hyperliquid outperform TAO? I should save this, actually. Let me save that. Or like, and that's the thing, like, it's still in a macro range here on its USDT pair. So it could still go up another, 60%, 40%, and it could still be within a macro range, right? So the patience in a bear market, but this is definitely one I think a lot of people already have on their radar and their watch list.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of people are waiting for that entry, just like I am.
Yeah.
What do you think? Can we break down to 240, something around there?
I mean, I would love it. Like, the mid range is at 327, so I'd love for it to come back and revisit this weekly OB at sort of 280 and 260. I think that's where I probably start to get interested. Is below 280 is probably where I'm kind of happy to play the long term game, thinking that if this does break even just back to all time highs, that's still a 2.5x. So yeah, patience is absolutely key in a market like this. But I mean, just to reiterate further, conversations around TAO, Bittensor, AI, and the integration of blockchain technology. Early Uber investor Jason Calacanis predicts a 200x TAO rally. And I mean, a lot of people are reiterating the point that this is a longer term play. This isn't just going to be maybe a 6 month, a year play. This could be over a 5-10 year period, right? And you've got to think about that. If it is the bridge between AI and decentralization and blockchain, oh wow, you're probably very early to this, right? This could be like a $10,000 plus token, right? Sitting at $300 right now. So yeah, it's just interesting. And we spoke about its market cap previously. I think it's still only in the top 30. Let me quickly clarify that for everybody. But yeah, Craig, what are your thoughts here? I mean, it's a very venture style bull case. I mean, you can read through here if you'd like, but yeah, he's a long-term angel investor podcaster. But yeah, very interesting that he's coming out saying, yeah, so he says he could do a 200x from its $2.5 billion market cap right now. So that would put it at around what, 500 billion.
Yeah,
interesting.
Dude.
I mean,
listen, Hyperliquid, man, it just seems
so obvious. It's too obvious. So does that mean, like, have we had enough hurt? Have we had enough hurt in the bear market? That's my worry. I don't know if enough people have had enough hurt, Craig.
I don't think they have, man. I think we've had pain, but I'm wary about saying that though, because that's how you miss bottoms, isn't it? That's exactly how you miss bottoms. But I still feel like we can talk about Bitcoin in a second. I still feel like Bitcoin's got to go down and sweep lower, man. Like, I'd love Bitcoin just to have a wick down to 50 and then bounce and accumulate. And that's where I'll be like, yeah, maybe go time. It's tricky. It's tricky to time the buys on these, isn't it, at the moment in a bear market? It's so tricky because if Bitcoin does break, below that 60K, and head into that 50 to 60K channel, these are coming down probably. But if it doesn't, and we accumulate here, Bitcoin just kind of crabbed sideways now for 6 months, these are probably going to fare fairly well. So I'm kind of in the camp of, I'd love, say if my total bag was 100%, I'd almost love a 10% buy soonish just to be in. The only risk to doing that is you might be underwater for 6 months.
Yeah, it could be a year. I mean, I put a tweet out saying the top will be in, or the top will probably likely be in 28, and a lot of people couldn't agree. They're like, Greeny, how could Bitcoin top in 2028? We're in 26. Like, dude, that's not possible. I was like, well, have a look at history, bro. Like it usually takes 2 years plus to set a new all-time high, based on history. Now we might front run that a little bit, which means maybe late 27 we might start to see a structure break, but we'll have to wait and see. I just want to reiterate this point too, Craig, because this now applies not only to Hyperliquid but also to Bittensor and TAO. Bear market rallies aren't uncommon. Last cycle, we saw Polygon, previously Matic, rallied nearly 5x off the lows in the middle of a bear market, literally at the end of 2023. At the end of 2022 into the start of 2023. Hype is doing something very similar, and now obviously TAO is doing something similar. The lesson here is that this was huge because they partnered with Disney, and everyone's like, holy hell, like Polygon's just partnering with everyone in the middle of the bear market. And it went from like 20 cents to $1.50. So it was like a 7x in a bear market. But then it literally never put in a new high above that. And then they recalibrated to the new token and all of that sort of thing. So interesting perspective. But it's all, as I said, I've been doing this for a long time. My goal is to educate, to keep you all aware about things that happened in the past, things that could happen in the future, and things that are happening right now. So I hope that just gives people a little bit of insight.
Yeah, I remember that Matic trade. I actually took that Matic trade in 22 to 23, and then I dumped it just like everyone else did in 23 because I was like, this shite isn't doing anything. And then they renamed, and I'm like, oh my God, rebranding. Ugh. I guess this is a lesson. Like Matic was such a good trade for me in 21, dude. I mean, look at that. I joined crypto. I joined crypto February 21. So if you look on that chart, look where I bought Matic, bro. And I rode that all the way up. That was a massive trade for me. I did really well in that trade. I remember it fondly. But it's a lesson there. That coin just gigascent, and look at it from Jan 22. Just down. Obviously, like you said, it had a relief rally in the bear market. That was glorious. And then from that point, so don't marry your bags, guys, because what this chart here is true for 99.999999% of all altcoins. So trade aggressively is the lesson from this chart. Another lesson in don't marry your bags for me right there, because Matic was dude, I remember in 21, everybody had that coin.
Oh, dude, it was huge.
To have.
It was huge. I mean, they had NFT ecosystems. Bloody Trump launched his NFTs on Matic Polygon as well. Yeah.
And no one talks about it now, huh? Gone.
They have taken so much money out of crypto. It's not even funny. The NFTs, the World Liberty Finance, and the 2 meme coins. Disgusting. Glorious.
Well played.
Dude, and we'll talk about insider trading too shortly as well. Yeah. So do stay tuned. All right, really quick update. Claude has rate limits overnight. Myself, Greeny, I got rate limited yesterday after never, ever being rate limited before. I then go onto Twitter. I tweet about it, gets a bit of traction. I look this morning, and multiple people have the same circumstance. There's nothing been announced from Anthropic just yet. Nothing has come to light. But Claude came out again this morning and said, you can now use the work tools on mobile, create canvas slides, check amplitude dashboards, all from your phone, Figma designs. Crazy, man. Claude is shipping at a really fast rate. But my question, Craig, is the death of Claude going to be rate limits? Because ChatGPT and OpenAI do not have rate limits on just a chatbot feature.
So just to clarify, rate limits, is that your ability to use the app? So you've got like credits, and the more you use it, gotcha.
Yeah. So if you for example, I had 6 tabs open yesterday, 6 different topics and things I was doing with Claude, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you've reached your limit for the time being. You can only start doing work again in 2 hours time. And I was like, what the hell, bro? This has never happened to me before.
That sucks, especially with work, and I assume you're similar to me. Once you're in a groove or like a golden pocket,
I was trying to build something. Yeah, I was literally
work for hours. Hours.
It killed my vibe. I was like, oh well, now I have to shift my whole work focus to something else. I was like, I was
2 hours, which is ages. Because if it's, say, lunchtime, it's like 2, 3 p.m. then, and you're like, oh, man, I don't want to lock in
my
now.
wife's home. I got to go walk the dog. I can't do that. Yeah, it's like it changes your whole focus. So, yeah, anyways, Claude continues to ship, which is really interesting. Oil prices dropped 2% as Iran considers U.S. proposal to end war. Again, more news overnight. We'll just have to wait and see how this continues to plan out over the coming days and weeks. Hyperliquid whale exits a 23 million or just shy of 23 million position as Hyperliquid token hovers near current highs, which is around $40. It's a little bit higher than the article. But yeah, I mean, hey, GG's, bro. Take profit, man. I'm a big advocate for people taking a profit. Big advocate.
Imagine having 23 million in a bear market in a token.
I mean,
wow, the size of that dude's balls or lady, massive. Wow. I don't blame them for probably taking profit there, man. Probably not a bad level to take profit. So no shame on that sale. That's a ripper. I don't know what they got in for, but not a bad time to possibly sell. Everyone's going to say, no, it could go higher, but man, 23 million sitting in there in a bear market where Bitcoin could drop to 50. Oh, man. And it can go like that, so fast.
Yeah.
How's the to and froing, just to go back, I won't go back too long, but on Iran and the US, the to and froing there is ridiculous.
It's engagement at a massive, it's all about optics. It's all about optics.
I almost feel like they already almost have a resolution and they're just playing the market sometimes. I don't know if it's quite that sinister, but
Trump has done that since he bloody walked into office, right? Like he's manipulated markets. He posts tweets on a bloody Sunday, right? Because traditional markets are closed. So you can impact markets overnight. They pump or they dump or whatever. And crypto obviously is affected by that because it's liquidity based and it's 24/7 trading. But dude, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin steadies above 71,000, but it's about 71.2K right now. As US drafts a 15-point plan, peace plan with Iran. So we'll just have to wait and see. Brent crude oil fell by 4.7% overnight. And if we have a quick look and we pull up the Bitcoin chart right now, as I said yesterday, it's just within a range, man. Like we got a range. There's high time frame ranges here. My first range is 74K. To the low of the August dip in 2024 at 49K. Second range is obviously the February sort of range, which is the high at 79K and the low at 59K. So that's quite a big range, 20K range. 0.5 is sitting at around 69K. So that's a key level for me in that blue range. And then the orange range, which is low time frame range, sits between sort of the 71.5K mark and the 62 range. So if we do zoom in, Bitcoin continues to show weakness, or not weakness, but it continues to reject this range high here on the low time frames, Craig, below 71.5. And unless you start to see daily closures above there, it probably looks like it wants to head back towards 66, 68 at the mid-range and then make a decision down there. But I don't know. I lean a little bit higher. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm in one short. I'm in my Bitcoin short from 73.4K, but I have taken majority profits on that. Outside that, I'm just I set up a grid bot. I said that, I don't know if I said that yesterday, but I set up a grid bot on Bybit. I'm kind of create tutorials around that for GTG members exclusively. I'm curious to see how that works because grid blocks work excellently in a range bound environment. So I'm curious to see if we can keep being range bound for a period of time, then I'm going to make money. But if we do start to see volatility increase, we start to pump above certain levels or dump before certain levels, then I'm going to be left bag holding a position of Solana or Bitcoin, particularly if we do dump further, which maybe I'm not that keen for. But yeah, anyways, that's really all I'm doing. I'm waiting for extensions of the ranges to hit. And that's where I'm keen to take a long or a short. It's this mid-range trash on low time frames. Like you can't make money in these conditions. Anyone telling you they're making money in these conditions are either within the top 0.1% of traders or they're telling you a lie. Okay, it's as simple as that. So the best trade is often no trade at all, unless it comes into a position or your framework or your trade, your setup, your plan, whatever it is. Like that's the key. I mean, like Testicle, like there are meme coins and stuff that are going to, like there's always going to be outliers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting a blanket. Very few in a market like this, Craig. Like
there's only two. It's Testicle and Farcoin probably.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So like it's rare. You got to be super active. You got to be super locked in. Right now is a great time to be honing in on your skills, learning more skills, joining communities like GGG and growing connections because we will be very ready for that macro shift later this year or into 2027.
I think, now's the time. Like we've spoken about this for a good 6 months, though. Now's the time to be learning, sharpening your skills. And if you didn't execute in the last bull run, now's the time to learn how to execute. Because if you don't do that now, probably you'll have the same outcome next bull run. Because if
Yeah.
you don't change your habits, your processes, and one of the things I'd stress is probably build processes with your trading, which is something Greeny stresses a lot. You want it to be process driven, not gut feeling driven. So build your processes now. And if you didn't find you had a good bull run last bull run, now's the time to put pen to paper or whatever, fingers to keyboard, start learning and make sure you improve in the next bull run. Otherwise, the outcome is probably going to be the same as you had prior. So get learning, get comfortable with lower prices. But I would say if you're excited with Bitcoin at 126, you should start getting really excited now, because the downside is just so much less. The risk reward
Correct.
is superior by 2x straight away.
Yeah.
And looking at Bitcoin on the higher time frames, man, it doesn't look hideous now. It's starting to paint for me an optimistic picture, I'd say. Like if you go on the weekly, it's starting to cook a bit, man. Like it's starting to I feel like it's starting to find a bit of a bottom. Yes, the bottom could be a little bit lower. But the fact it's consolidating in this range for quite some time, yes, we might sweep lower and we might go lower and then start to consolidate and then move up. But it's not looking like that's miles away now as far as price goes for me.
I agree.
So I'm like, ooh, we're getting close. Like I know close might be time frame wise, could be a year, but price, I'm getting interested, man. I'm starting to get interested. And I think if Bitcoin crabs sideways, like if Bitcoin can bottom out and crab, other things will start to send, because confidence will slowly start to come in. And people like me and you, or you and me rather, will start to look at some very selective altcoins if Bitcoin bottoms and go, okay, it's the time to start accumulation. And I won't say I'm there yet, but I'm a lot closer there than I was at 98, man. 98 was a no trade zone for me. Like I was like, hell no. Like that was a sell zone, as obviously you and I did live on stream here when I sold some of my Bitcoin at 98. That was I got to get out, man, because this is going lower. Sure enough, we went down to 60. So thank God I didn't wear that 30% downturn. But yeah, I'm starting to, I love looking at the monthly and the weekly on Bitcoin. That's for me how you spot the trend. And then you start zooming in, right? The monthly and the weekly starting to look okay. It looked shite for a while. Like at 98, I was like, this looks like we're going to get the elevator down. And look at those candles, bro. Boof, like horrendous. So guys, get excited. I think we're getting close.
Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I think, as I said earlier in the show, you need to treat it as time sometimes, not necessarily price, because if you're it's the same as last cycle. Like people were calling for 10K, it never went to 10K. People were calling for 150K, it never went to 150K. Okay. If you were actually actively just analyzing it and looking at structure of price, which we teach you inside GTG, then you will literally have such a better decision to make far better decisions around trading and investments and just understanding where, or the risk, right? Like the timing risk. We were up only for 2.5 years. Of course, we need to probably have a correction soon. Okay. Just based on time, not necessarily price or anything after the fact. And just as Craig just said right now, like I don't really care about price. I care about time and I care about market structure. And if I've drawn 3 different ranges here, maybe this is our range between 59K and 74K. Maybe that's our macro reaccumulation range. Maybe we do dip to that next little lower tier, right? Between sort of 49K and 62K. Maybe that's right. Or maybe our whole range is between 48K and 74K. Now, historically, Bitcoin has always hit its 786 Craig, which actually sits at 39K. So that's a real possibility, but I don't know if it comes, right? So history, look, it rhymes, it doesn't repeat. And stage cycles are meant to be broken. People who are just, 4-year cycles, it's going to bottom exactly on the day 365 because that's what it's done in the past. That's what it's done. Bro, no, that's not how it works. It just has happened like that because of just the cyclical nature of price and humans' emotions, psychology, and all of that, right? The mathematics behind it all. So if I look at this chart, I'm getting very eager. I think if Bitcoin starts to go below 65K again, I'm pretty keen to start dabbling. A little bit.
39,000, man. I will go ham.
I mean, I don't know if it goes that deep. And that's the thing. Don't marry a price, Craig. Don't marry a price.
No. And I remember, just a little history lesson here. I remember Bitcoin at about 16 to 17,000. And I remember in every group chat, 90% of people were saying, I'm waiting for 8. Imagine that. Imagine waiting for 8,000 and then it ripped to 126 from 16 and you waited for 8. Like, the amount of like fear then was just palpable, man. Like, people were honestly at 16,500, whatever it was, people were still saying we're going lower and they were so fearful. And I'm waiting for that moment now. Like, I'm just waiting for that, like that feeling where I almost feel like we're kind of getting close to that now. Like, I don't know anyone buying Bitcoin, bro. Like, not saying you should be buying. I'm going by feeling here, which is risky, and you kind of need a few years under your belt to kind of use feeling plus technicals plus everything else. But I don't think we're at that. Like, I think we go lower because I almost feel like we haven't quite broken enough spirits yet. But that's just a feeling, and you can't trade much on that. But so I still, we get a sweep low at 39 though. Ooh,
Yeah.
Shucks, I will back the truck up, dude. That's why I don't know if we get that.
No, I don't think we do. Sexy, one of the GO traders inside GTG, he was like, look, it could happen. And I agree, it could happen. I don't know if we get it though. I don't know.
I think we'll need a black swan. I think we'll need something that makes everyone think the world is effed to tap that. And then that's your signal to probably go ham. Yeah,
agree. All right, well, let's pull up some new topics as well. Let's go chat about those. So, last point here, this is just if we have a look at these moving averages, Craig, which have been great in a bear market period as well. It's just the 12 and the 25 moving average. As you can see here, it takes a long time for these to reset. For price to get above it, reset, show strength, and then this is on a weekly scale. We have a long way to go, in my opinion, a long way to go, because look how big the degree of separation is between this. It's a 11% distance between the two EMAs here. I mean, if we have a look last cycle, the largest distance we got was a 25% difference. Okay, and obviously as price matures, it means that the distance is going to be less because it's a higher market cap, it's a higher price, right? But that shows me that we still have a long way to go before this starts to change, right? We probably have a long way to go. We probably have a long way to go down into here, and price starts run up. Maybe we get one more rejection. It's not until it comes down here until late 2026 before we maybe start to flip it, right? So time. We're gonna bang on about it multiple shows, but it is what it is. All right, insider trading, absolute bombshell. Data reveals someone made a massive $580 million trade on oil exactly 15 minutes before Donald Trump posted his tweet about pausing the Iran war. Someone on the inside just made a life-changing fortune.
But here's the curious thing, and here's kind of where the mystery is. I want to kind of zoom in on this area here. So I'll kind of zoom in so you can see. This is just the volumes of people going into that oil market and kind of, for the most part, selling after that Donald Trump post. You can see there's this real spike in activity, a lot of people going in there, kind of this frenzy, and that's the kind of flip side of prices.
So just to reiterate to the people who are listening on podcasts, Trump post was at 11:05, okay?
But look at this. 15 minutes before that Donald Trump post, there was a very big amount of trading volume. Very big. In fact, actually, when you're looking at that amount of volume, that spike, that was the biggest trading volume that we saw that day. We're starting here just at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going through to that moment of the Donald Trump post. Relatively quiet volumes, not much going on in the market, and then all of a sudden that. And if you're wondering, okay, maybe this was just a one-off, it was someone who made a lucky bet, have a look not just at this. So this is WTI, it's one measure, the US measure of oil. Have a look at Brent, which is the kind of the European, seen as the international measure of oil. Again, the same thing. Donald Trump makes his post, flurry of activity, lots of people there. But look at that. Again, 15 minutes before that Donald Trump post, a very big trade. Yeah. Now, it's unclear whether it's just an individual or whether it's a kind of group of people. But what you do know from just imputing what the potential value, the notional value of those trades just on oil would be, it is staggering amounts of money, life-changing amounts of money.
Bro, life-changing amount of money is $10 million. This is $580 million. You are a $500 million at the profit. Dude, Craig, this is, when is Trump going to jail? I'm sorry. How much manipulation can a man do? Seriously.
Yeah, that's so suspicious, isn't it? Wow, like we spoke yesterday, such a good trade. Unbelievable. Easy mode, isn't it? Far out.
It's a good trade when you have insider information, isn't it?
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. How easy is it to make money if you get a tap on the shoulder? It's just unbelievable.
Hey guys, my phone's ready if you want to call me. Okay? Please.
Man, I wish unreal. Absolutely unreal. Kind of sucks though. Kind of sucks for the little guy in the room like us, but that's the way it's going to be forever, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever go to jail for this. I think everyone's been doing it for so long. I mean, Pelosi's not in jail and she's been the world's best trader for quite some time. With all the inside information. I think her husband owns a big investment firm or something like that. So you've got one person in politics lying in the bed and the other person owns a company that runs investments. It's like, geez, that seems a little bit suspicious.
Power couple. Love to see it.
Yeah, copy Nancy.
Speaking of insider information, speaking of people getting wrecked, retail's getting wrecked by obviously the manipulation of juggernauts in the world. Retail traders fare way worse on prediction markets compared to your sports books. So here in Australia, Sportsbet and Ladbrokes and whatever else the other top companies are, Bet365 is a global one. But apparently sports bettors actually lose less than people are losing on prediction markets. So retail users on prediction markets are losing more than legal sport bettors, with a median return of -8 since 2025 versus -5 on sports books. Basically, if you gamble, you literally lose money over time. The house always wins, Craig. You cannot win unless, there's no arbitrage opportunities really anywhere anymore. You have to have such an edge, but it's been proven now on prediction markets and on sports books that you are losing no matter what over time.
Yeah, this article for me was interesting and just shows you, although you've got all those people talking about prediction markets and how much they're making, yada, yada, yada.
Paid inside, dude, it's disgusting.
I don't think that's the case, man. And the data shows that most people are losing there, just like with meme coins.
Yeah.
So it just looks like an extraction event to me, mostly. Yeah. And the insiders win, and people like you and me who try just have a reasonable, semi-informed punt just don't make... That to me is this is crazy, this article to me. I didn't think this would be the case.
Yeah.
I thought the way I'm reading the timeline, I thought I was missing out.
Yeah.
On prediction markets. But I had a feeling I wasn't. I just was like, And then this shows me that most people are losing. In fact, more people are winning on sports betting.
The percentage of loss isn't as severe on a sports betting side.
So I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, Australia wastes, is it $250 billion or $50 billion a year on gambling?
Wow.
It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting. And there's a big reason I don't really do it unless you have an edge, right? Back in the day, that's what actually got me into crypto, is because I was parting in arbitrage community, okay? You could arbitrage the bonus bets. You could arbitrage Betfair, arbitrage the promos across different platforms. I mean, they squat, Australia was smart. They were like, all these companies saw it, were smart. They're like, holy shit, we're getting absolutely slaughtered by all these people doing these sort of bets, right? I mean, you would walk away every weekend, you'd make $200 for free, right? Because in Australia, it's tax-free. Gambling is tax-free. Probably why so many people try and do it, because they try and get rich. But as you can see here, the stats don't lie. -5 over the past, what's that? Not even a year, okay, is the average return, all right? Or sorry, the median return is -5. And the median return on prediction markets is -8. Now, I have an edge with prediction markets. So on Myriad Markets, when it was on Abstract, it's no longer an Abstract, and it's absolutely gone to the shithouse on BNB. No volume at all.
Has it really?
Yeah. Very interesting. I don't know very interesting. Anyways, I had an edge because I used my trading knowledge, Craig. I used my trading knowledge to only predict on the markets that I understood. It was something like, is Pengu going to be at this price by this time period? Is Pump Fund going to be at this price, right? Is Bitcoin going to be above or below this price by Monday, okay? Using my analysis, using my years of trading, I was able to find an edge in that market and walk away profitable. I think I made, 30, 40%, okay, on my Myriad account. Probably a little bit more, to be honest. I walked away from it because they moved off Abstract. I was like, well, I'm not going to BNB to trade this. But I thought that was going to be a good decision because there was going to be more liquidity over there. But no one. I mean, no one's over on Binance Smart Chain anyway. So very interesting decision. But yeah, it's people just gamble, man. Hyper gambling is just. I mean, you look at Kick. You look at. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but someone like Moose literally has.
I was going to bring that up just before.
Easy is live right now. So are we right now. Easy and I both have about the same amount of live viewers. We have 300. You have 150. Before, Moose had 400 people watching his stream on Twitter, and he is literally just clicking buttons gambling. Like, that is How? Like, how is that like a? I get the understanding side of the entertainment. I mean, you look at bloody. I watched a stream one time of XQC, the biggest streamer in the world, I would say. And he literally, he had millions in his account, just clicking button, like just pokies. It's just disgusting, man. Like, I just, how is it legal to entertain people to gamble? Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I saw that before. I saw Moose, his numbers before, and I was going to bring it up. And no shame to Moose, do your thing, man.
I like Moose. I've worked with him on things before. He's a great guy, but he's just doing what he like where the money is, right?
Yeah, and obviously, he's got partnerships and that, and that's all good. But what surprises me is the amount of people that are willing to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You want to watch a guy? I guess people want to watch him either win or lose, and people like to watch people maybe suffer too, or get wins. But wouldn't your time be better spent enriching yourself?
That's what I would.
Than watching some other dude gamble? Like,
there's a time. What? I agree. There's a quota that I need, and maybe this is wisdom and experience, Craig. Perhaps there's a quota I need of entertainment per day. I understand that. I get that, right? That's not associated with anything that I do. That's separate. Okay. And that could be reading. It could be watching a movie. It could be watching a TV show. It might be watching maybe a YouTube video, right? But I also understand that there's also a quota every day that I should be trying to learn, trying to get 1% better. Okay. Learning a new skill, thinking about AI or finding a new token, researching the TAO ecosystem. Okay. And if I don't spend time doing that, I feel like I'm at a loss, for that day. Right. So I don't, is this just wisdom? Like, I don't know. Is this just because I've been hurt so bad in the past that I've had to learn from those mistakes, learn from that? I don't even know what the word is, but like just learn from just being blind to the fact that there's so much happening in the world and life, and you're ignorant in a way, I suppose. I don't know. Like, is this just wisdom of me going, you know what? I should be trying to learn things so I can get ahead, or is that just motivation because that's just the type of person that I am, and the type of person we are by being in crypto and being in AI already? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I'd rather get rich than watch someone else get rich. So I'll do what it takes to earn that wealth, and to earn that wealth, I need to be studying. And you hit the nail on the head, though. Makes sense, like what you said before. I suppose no shame in people. Maybe that's their hour a day that they use recreationally to relax, and maybe you watch Moose lose 10 grand that day. Yeah, I get. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's okay. Maybe but I still am confused on the entertainment value of that. Maybe I must just be a bit different. I get into sports more, maybe for relaxation and stuff like that.
Yeah, same, man. And I mean, a big thing on YouTube. I watch. The gym. I mean, a big thing on YouTube. I travel is a great one. I've watched this guy called Mike OK on YouTube. He's gone to like North Korea. He's gone to PNG. He's gone to cool. China. I mean, I'm like, okay, well, these are places I'll probably never go to. I want to watch what it's like, how the experiences are, what the people are like. More recently, I watched one yesterday. I mean, it's a bit more of a morbid story, but underneath Paris, there's tunnels, and I can't remember what they call it, but there's a huge tunnel ecosystem, and they have like dead bodies from a plague a few hundred years ago, all in there. It's fascinating. I watched that yesterday. I was like, wow, I didn't even know about that. And like 90% of people wouldn't even know about that, right? But that's where I find value. But I mean, as you said, everyone's special, everyone's unique. Okay, you find value in what you find value, but at least spend some of your time learning. At least spend some of your time listening to people who probably know what they're talking about, or have walked the road that you're trying to walk. I think that's a big lesson in itself, Craig.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be too harsh on the people now who are watching it, maybe recreationally, but I just think your time would be so much better spent in enriching yourself. But then, if you enjoy that, go for it, I guess. Just make sure you're probably arming yourself to succeed for yourself, rather than just giving your time away. Because time is precious, man, and it gets fast. This article here is insane, bro.
We're going to talk. This is our last topic today. But time, Craig, and it's time that you can never get back. Okay, and that's what I spoke about that with like ecosystems like Abstract, or like just not even like just to FUD Abstract, but just in general, right? Is like the time you lose because you don't realize that it's going to slowly rug, or going to slowly go nowhere, or the opportunities start to cease. Okay, it works in everything. Okay, most like ordinals. I mean, we're a great example of that. NFTs are a great example of that. Over time, it's time you're like, wow, I wasted so much time doing something that literally was going to zero. Or for example, like I wasted so much time at university just partying all the time. Okay, maybe it was what I needed to do, but also, wow, why didn't I switch on a little bit earlier? And you don't realize this until often. Well, it's too late because you can't go back and change anything. But a lot of people on their deathbed, a lot of people should. I mean, this is another thing I've researched: the amount of regrets that people have in their deathbed. Okay, it's spending too much time working. It's spending too much time worrying about what other people thought. Spending not enough time traveling. Spending not enough time getting out my risk, my box. Okay, taking a risk on myself or trying something new. Okay, learning new skills. I regret all of this. I wasted my whole life, and they're 80 sitting on their deathbed going, well, I can't go travel now. My body's not allowing me. I can't learn new skills. My mind doesn't work the way it used to. I can't even walk upstairs anymore because I didn't spend enough time going for walks when I was 30 years old. So, I mean, you still have a chance, to change this. But I mean, the psychological, the philanthropy, like, I mean, maybe I'm not the common guy. Maybe I'm a bit more of a deeper reflector and a deeper thinker because I've just had shit happen to me that really sucked. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, life experience would forge that for sure. Yeah, Moose, come on our stream. Come and talk about it.
He's a good man. I like it. I've spoken with him a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, this is the last story today. First Lady Melania Trump appears at the White House with a humanoid AI robot. Let's play the clip. Imagine what she's thinking. What is this? Oh, Craig, the world's getting scary, man. The world is getting scary.
Yeah, I first sort of cottoned on to AI robotics becoming a huge thing when about a year or two ago there was that photo of Kim Kardashian in a bed with a robot. I don't know if you remember that article.
I never saw that. I never saw that.
There's a photo of her in bed with a robot. And I was like, they are going to push this narrative so hard if they've already got her. Because you watch what they do, and it's normally the opposite of what's good for humankind.
That is, I mean, you can't say it better than that, Craig. And that's, I mean, it goes on the point we've just been talking about. So many people waste their life worrying about what the fuck celebrities are doing. I couldn't give a shit what some person in America is doing or what some singer's doing. Sick. I like their music. I find whatever they're a great actor. Sick. I could not care who they're dating, what they're saying. Like, it just, people waste so much time on trash, bro, on absolute trash.
They should be buying Bitcoin, Granny. And
it annoys me. It actually annoys me. I don't know if you couldn't tell, Greg, but it annoys me.
Yeah, I used to get really frustrated with it, especially on more back in the decade ago when I was on Facebook and stuff and seeing stuff like that. I used to get so angry. Or people just buying these narratives. But this looks quite funny. Hey? She even dressed up in white like the robot.
Like the robot, yeah.
What was this even for? Why did they do this? Why?
I don't know. There's no context at all.
What are they trying to sell here? They've got to be trying to sell something, right?
Joined by a figure_robot 03, an American-built humanoid robot. There you go. So it's an American-built company there. So they're just promoting the progression of robotics in there. So yeah, fascinating, man. Fascinating. Where the world's heading. I mean, how far away do you think we are from like having robots integrated
and stuff
into society? Or like, I mean, hey, this is my YouTube entertainment when I'm having lunch. I watch a video. I can't remember which city it was, but it's a city in China. Oh, I can't remember which one it was. They already have integrated robotics. It might not necessarily be a humanoid, but it might be a robotic arm that does all your coffee for you and serves it, right? They have Uber deliveries via drones, right? They are very much integrated. I mean, they've got self-driving cars, Craig, that drive completely. You sit in the back of the taxi and it drives itself. I mean, Elon's promoting self-drive Teslas already as well. The world is already experiencing robotics in a range of different ways. So, I mean, in terms of integration fully, when it's like probably like think about it like this, okay? No one would have ever thought you'd have a computer in your hand, okay?
I never did.
And in the past 20 years, look at us now. We've got a computer in our hand, right? So what time period do you think it is before it is normalized that we see robotics just in society, at the shop you go to, or at home? Maybe it's like cost you a couple grand to have a robotic do ABC. I don't know. It's scary. My wife would fucking never want. Like, she would hate to do it. Trust me. Like, she would. And I mean, fair enough. I get a bit anxious thinking about it as well. But I mean, if it becomes normalized, it's normalized, right?
I reckon it's sooner than we think. I reckon sub 5 years. Okay. And I reckon these are starting to be around the home. I mean, I've already got a robotic vacuum and mop going around the house. So I'm already on my way. And the next thing is a robot that, yeah, like you said, makes my breakfast, brings me my cup of coffee while I'm here streaming with you. And like, I'm like, oh, thank you, Roberto.
Hey, bro, just open the door. You're all good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, come in, don't worry. Sorry, stream.
Hey,
That's
we can stream
Roberto.
all day. Hey, robot, can you do the washing today? Can you go to the shops? No, there's no way it's going to be able to drive cars and stuff. But yeah, dude, it's fascinating. I mean, this whole AI side of it, robotic side of it, it's like, it's exciting, but it's just a change in human nature. It's a change in our intelligence. We'll no longer be the most intelligent species on the planet. It's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. And so many people are still ignoring it. And it shows me that we're still early, which is why something like TAO pumps so much, right? Because people are looking for that investment opportunity.
I am now. I want to make some money off this.
On the show, we've been talking about that for months. We're like, wait, do we buy Ethereum? Do we buy stable coins? Like, how do we get exposure to these pre-IPO tokens? Like, Bittensor, maybe that's it.
I want to make, I mean, the thing is, you may love it or hate it, but you can make money in it, right? So I'm keen to make money. So I can go move to an island and be around no robots and just be in a hammock reading, man.
And
that'd
pay
be
no
nice.
tax.
What's that?
And pay no tax.
Yeah, be in Panama or something like that. That would be glorious. So I'm trying to make enough money to get away from the robots, really. Yeah, I guess it's a move in the right direction if done well, but is anything in humankind been done well, technology thus far? It's always been used to kind of hold the little man down. So
yeah,
I won't get into that. We're at the end of the show. I'll keep it more upbeat. But if you want to fight against the robots, guys, make some money.
Yeah, exactly right. No, great show. Guys, I'm away obviously tomorrow, so I won't be back till Monday's show, Sunday night show if you're in America, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're live every day, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so Brisbane time for those who are tuning in. Guys, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple, or any podcast show, please give us a follow and obviously give us a little bit of a star rating. We very much appreciate the 5-star ratings that we have received already. And obviously in due course, thank you in advance for sharing them as well. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop a follow, drop a subscription, and on Twitter as well, drop a follow. We're live every day giving you up-to-date takes around the world of AI, markets, crypto, and whatever's happening in this beautiful world that might be heading in an AI robotic world in the near future, Craig. So, mate, I hope you have a great Friday show. I think I'll be playing golf, but I probably will listen to it at some stage. Mate, on Spotify. Hey, I can listen to it on Spotify now, guys. How good is that? Like, that is so good. So, but yeah, no, mate, have a lovely Friday. Have a lovely weekend with your wife's mum, I believe, is with you at the moment. So back. Have a good weekend. Yeah, I'll be back next week. And yeah, good luck on the show tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Guys, I'll be on solo tomorrow, so pull up for that. Same time, same place. And Greenie, enjoy your what do you call it in America? Do they call it a stag do? What do they call it?
Yeah.
Bachelor party? Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, go and raise hell. Have a good time, and I'll see you back on stream Sunday for the Americans, Monday for the Aussies. Otherwise, yeah, I'll be back solo tomorrow to run the show. So I'll see you guys then.
Yeah, make sure you follow us at Market Mates at Twitter, guys, because we're dropping clips on there as well. So you don't have to watch the whole show as well. All right, guys.